Morning, YouTube. It's your boy Humble Warrior back at you with another video. Really don't have a whole lot to, I guess you could say, talk about, but seeing I'm rushing this morning. I see that on Twitter and stuff like that, the subject of extending to or whatever is still a subject, so they're still trying to figure that part out, even though the season just ended literally 2 days ago. But oh Lord, how do people start getting stupid? They're really finna start getting stupid. Okay, you can't take on a bus and win, lady. But yeah, they're I don't know why it's a pressing issue about him whether or not if they should. Please don't hit me in this parking lot. I don't want to get hit today. Hopefully these cars will stop being stupid. But there's still a pressing issue about whether or not if they should give him that big contract. I already answered this, but for the ones who think that he's not the guy, or he's a bust, or not a bust, but for the ones that think he's not the guy for Miami, that he's not gonna do a lot or whatever, or as they say, you're not gonna win because of him. In my honest opinion, a quarterback should not be the reason why you win a game. Football is still a team concept. Yes, you can have a few individuals that impact the game solely, and they can determine sometimes a win or a loss. Preferably, mostly in the regular season, because come playoff time, they normally eliminate that person, that individual. They're not going to be the reason why a team wins. So, that whole notion that you can't win because of him, I dare anybody to go back and look at last season. How did they do without him? See, the cliche now is wipe clean what happened last season, and we're gonna focus on this year and him playing 17 games, and then them getting to the first round and get eliminated. Now this whole year has been injury riddled. However, they did win 11 games with all these injuries, and they did get to the playoffs. So kudos to them. But now going into next year, I need Mike McDaniel as a coach to start making more sound decisions, because some of the decisions he made last season made no sense. Like, for instance, the Ravens game. You already know we down. And I said, you're a dumbass, cut on your you cut on your van, sir, and let it defrost. We had that problem. But some of the decisions he made this year made no sense. Like against the Jets in the fourth quarter, late in the fourth. Why the hell is Jalen Phillips still in there? What are we proving? What? That was week 6? And then he got hurt, and then he was gone. And then literally the end of the year, the Ravens game, is he gonna put up the thing? The Ravens game, you got Bradley Chubb chasing down Lamar Jackson. Lamar does a shimmy shake. Bradley steps on, I think it's his left knee, and his Achilles pops. His ACL pops. He gone. All because his coach didn't want to take him out because he said that they were playing for pride. What pride are you playing? What pride are you playing for if you're down by 30? You're not playing for pride. If anything, you already pissed the fuck off. Excuse my French, but you're already beyond pissed off because you're down by 4 scores basically. Really 5 scores is what you're down by. So only thing you're gonna do at that point is start a riot or a fight. But he's got to get better as a coach, because any other coach, anybody else that has common sense will say, you know what? Let me go and pull the reins back. Let these guys, hey, we'll take this beating, lick our wounds for next week. That's what we're gonna do. There's no point in playing the starters. It's over with. They beat us at our own game today. They got the better of us today. We'll see them down the road eventually, but it's better to play them it's better to play them with a healthy squad than to be trying to play them with half a stack. Because if we had to start them again, and the playoffs would have got a lot worse. I really think the Ravens would beat it by 40 or 50. Because they would have forced the offense to play catch up the entire game. Now, mind you, that's the same Ravens game that the first quarter we was up 7-0, 3rd and 16 on our defense side, and our defense gave a screen. That's the point that tilted the game to me. It really wasn't the Tyreek drop. It was a mere fact that on their first possession, we had an opportunity to stop them, get them off the field, because we saw our offense marching them back down and got 10, which should have been 14 with the Tyreek Hill drop. But that position before that, just seeing how our offense was operating in that first quarter, how we was moving the ball up and down the field with a balanced attack, we would have been a 14-0 in their own home. And guess what? With a 14-0 lead, your defense can play even more aggressive. So now you can do the blitz packages, the exotic coverages, confusing Lamar, making him throw the ball in certain spots, but potentially even causing a turnover. But because we gave up a damn 3rd and 16 play on the screen route from missed tackles, now the defense gave up a score. The offense is forced to go out there and score again. So the pressure mounts again toward the offense. And that's a lot of our season was the offense might spot the defense 7 points. They might go out there and get up 7-0. Even on a good team, we might get up 7-0. But because we can't tackle, we really can't cover, and the opposing offense will march down the field on us and score when they wanted to, it put more and more pressure on the offense that wasn't needed. I feel like we are better built to play ahead. However, we can come from behind because we prove we can do it. But it suits you better to play ahead than behind. I really think he's better playing ahead. Can he come from behind? Yes, because he did it more than once. Against Kansas City this year, he did it. Against Philadelphia, we was mounting a comeback. Actually went down by only 7, I think, until they pushed a little bit further and got up to 14, and the game was over. But other than that, they rarely get blowed out. He got blowed out twice this year. Against the Bills and against the Ravens. That's it. Those on 2 blowouts he suffered. Other than that, he was in ball games left and right. So it's not like he's incapable of keeping the game in reach. He is. He's very capable of doing it. He's done it so many times before. I just don't understand why people will sit there and waste their time by saying, oh, he's a mediocre quarterback because he doesn't have athletic traits, or because he's not able to, as they say, run the ball down the field. This ain't the Michael Vick experience. This ain't Cam Newton. Those two guys are what we would call, no, not Cam Newton. Michael Vick is called a unicorn because his speed was out of this world. However, you also saw that all he was able to do was carry them to the NFC Championship game, and after that, they never went back again. That's no fault of his own, but they never went back again. And he was even on the cover of Madden. He was one of the hardest players to go against in that game. If you ever got Michael Vick in Madden 2004, you know what I'm talking about. He was godlike in that game. You could not cover him because once he got on that edge and he started running, there was nothing you could do. No safety in that league could catch him. So you automatically had 7 points if you hit that corner and he was gone. But I don't get why it seems like the pocket passer now is dying. There's really nothing wrong. To me, there's nothing wrong with playing that, because it shows that you have great vision. Your progression is top tier, and you have the ability to manipulate the defense. When you're athletic, you really can't manipulate much because the safety isn't gonna wait on you. It ain't like you moving him to go that way when let's say if your guy to the left is running a go route. Let's say if you turn your head to the left. Now if you turn your head left and he see you looking to the left, his body gonna go that way. Now if I just click back to the right, your body by natural balance can't shift back that way because your momentum is taking you this way. It's gonna take you a little bit longer to get that way. It really is. I play safety. It's hard. So in that regard, that's one of Tua's greatest attributes, is that he can actually manipulate safeties with his eyes. He can make them go one way, or he can freeze them by looking directly down the middle. So let's say if you got a guy going a deep end, Now that guy going to deep end, you gotta wait till you get to the top of his route before you turn your head. In Tua's case, because he's a lefty, he would have to directly focus on that route to a degree, and then at a 45 degree, depending on what route he's about to throw. Let's say if you're throwing a go route to the right to Tyreek, which he did against the Chargers, he had to freeze Quinn Jammer right where he was. He had to freeze him, so he had to stare him down. Whoever that was going to somebody, I think somebody was running. I think it was Jalen Waddle that was going a certain route, but he had to freeze Quentin Jammer for 2 seconds in order to get Tyreek that half a second he needed to get past J.C. Jackson for the touchdown. He froze Quentin Jammer and he snapped his head to the right and let that bitch ride. And what happened? Tyreek ran right up underneath the ball. It seems like people don't give him the credit that he's due. Now, mind you, in that same game, he also had Connor Williams. He also had his line attack, so he didn't get the pressure that he got down the stretch of the season, which is another thing. People like Doug, and I love Doug, great guy, no issues with him. But he's a football fanatic. Yet it seems like he beats up Tua for like the things that he can't control, meaning that he can't control the fact that his linemen aren't healthy and they can't stay healthy. He also can't control the fact that that boy gets less than 2 seconds to throw the ball. And he said it in his own video. The man said that they're ranked 28th in the NFL in time to throw, which is less than 2 seconds. Or 2.3 seconds, as he said, which is 28th in the NFL. If that's the case, what do you want him to do? We all know he's not people will say he's a one-read quarterback. That's been proven as a lie. But what do you want him to do? So would it suit you better for him to be mobile, possibly take an injury? Because as the season wears along, that's gonna be on film too. Well, you know he likes to scramble a little bit, so we gotta try to knock him out. I just want to know what they want him to do in terms of, what his limited athleticism is, what he does bring to the table as a quarterback, and how they can get better under him. I'm not saying pay him right now, but I am saying, let the man ride on his 5th year. And then if you are impressed with what you see, then you give him a friendly deal. Because I don't think Tua's going to be after the money. I really think Tua's trying to win the championship. That's the only reason why I think that he continues to prove people wrong. He actually wants people to find something wrong so he can, build off of that. Like they said last year, he can't stay healthy. So what did he do? He invested his body in to build it up, take jiu-jitsu, and then he went out there and did what he did. This year, he's too slow. He's not mobile enough. They can't win with that type of... Okay, well now what you're telling me is I should lose that bulk weight, get faster, which is why we're doing this all this summer, all this spring, out there running to kill this fat off me, or this bulk off me, so I can get a little bit smaller to where I was before, get more lean, get more faster, get more quicker, build my arm up to where I can, throw darts on the run and throw, deeper down the field on the run and shut a lot of you guys up and win games on top of that, close out games. So every year it's a progressive chart. Every year, rookie year, sophomore year, 3rd year, 4th year, he's gotten better. And because the media always give him something, it seems like he's the only player they give free chicken to. I don't know why. He's like a lightning rod when it comes to negativity. So they giving him a lot to chew on, and I already know he's more than likely he's gonna be in the lab, like working on a lot of stuff. It's gonna be in his mind about this Kansas City game because they did get exposed badly. So it gives him a lot to work on and a lot to think about. And when the season starts next year, one game at a time. One game at a time, one position at a time, 1 month at a time. Because come December, his mindset will shift to playoff mode, which it should. It should not be, this is week 14th. Playoff mode. We're trying to win. I'm trying to get this home field advantage, or at least a home game or 2 at home, so that way you got to come see me. I ain't got to come see you. The number 1 seed should not be that important, not for real. But if you're the 2nd seed, you guarantee at least 2 home games. So if you get 2 home games, And then let's say you have to go to a Baltimore or whatever. You don't have to go to Baltimore till damn near the end of January. So yeah, it's gonna be, a little frigid, but hell, you got 2 games at home to play and win. Then you get to Baltimore for the AFC Championship game. By then, both of y'all one of y'all gotta lose. And I really got a feeling that I think Lamar gonna end up losing the Tua in the AFC Championship game. And what would the headlines be then? What kind of excuse would that use? That's what I want to know. But I want to know a whole little tangent, man, because I just want to talk about some stuff. Because like I said, I read a lot of stuff, so I'm like, just wanting to get my thoughts on it. But let me know what you guys think, man. And don't be ashamed to comment. Like, please comment. I like the interaction. I really do. I like to go back and forth with people. But that's my time, guys. Peace.